Most companies do less training today than they did 20 or 30 years ago.
It's crazy.
So where do you get the training?
I think they have to self-educate. I mean, I'm an example of that myself. You have to say, what's an area that I want to become masterful in? Because dabblers will never have any financial freedom. You know, if you're going to run a company, you got to find what is your niche. What is it you're going to do better than anybody else? Every one of us individuals have to say that and then say, now, where do I get that education? In a world that we live in today with the internet, where there's education from all over the world, from MIT, from Harvard, online, and there are people you can go to work for who you could become a mentee of. There's just so many approaches, but you can't have a standard education and expect to have an extraordinary life. It's not going to happen. The one breakthrough for all leaders is constant, never-ending improvement. And that means educating yourself and continuing to develop even greater emotional mastery, because that's what affects whether you execute or not.
It really is remarkable what's available online.
Isn't it?
You can learn, Economics 101 with Robert Shiller at Yale,
That's
a
exactly
Nobel
right.
Prize-winning economist, for free. Okay, maybe you got to buy a textbook, but you can afford the textbook. Think about all the possibilities that are available.
The opportunity for self-education is there. We have to change our psychology from, I'm going to do what everybody else does, and I'm mad because it doesn't work anymore, to the reality is this is the greatest time to be alive if you're growing, you're learning, you're educating, and you're developing valuable skills. It's like, if you go to work for McDonald's, I don't know, I think the average I read recently is $7.75 an hour in the United States working for McDonald's. The skill sets, the value you provide can be taught to anyone in about 20 minutes. David Tepper made, $3.5 billion, I think, last year. He produced, I think it was a 40% return, right? 41% return. In a world, you go, that's those billionaires, those one percenters. That's not 1%, he's the 0.0001%. But my point is, the added value he did for all those families who would have been getting 33 basis points, 0.5%, 1%, right? Well, it'll take them 72 years to double their money. He's getting those families to get 40% more in a year alone. He's worth $3.5 billion, right? So instead of complaining, you got to say, where are the skill sets valued in the marketplace? And how do I work harder on myself than anything else? Because if I become more valuable, then I will be able to give more, do more, and change more. When I interviewed Warren Buffett, I asked him the most important investment he ever made in his life. You know what he said it was? I was thinking all the companies he'd done, He said, Tony, go into Dale Carnegie. I said, what? He goes, because by developing myself, that's the most important investment. Those skill sets, learning how to persuade, learning how to speak, learning how to influence, all my ideas would have died on my lips if I hadn't been able to influence, and I learned it from that little course. Most valuable thing I ever did in my life, he said. So all of us have to understand this is the most important investment. We have to retool ourselves. And leaders, we got to take other people on our teams and keep growing, and that's what's going to make your company invaluable. Not just recruiting new people, but constantly upgrading the skills of the people you have.